Mickey, where are you?
Well, that's the one where they were way ahead.
Here's Bailey.
We were at the gate. The draws right.
Trying to keep these two.
I'm old enough. I don't
They showed you where you're right.
Brad?
Did you hear the story today?
What?
Brad.
Tell Pat. That's great.
Mom, we asked Mom to take us up to Barton to play
How are you? Molly, turn that down.
in the gym up there, you know. And Mom says, no, she didn't want to take us up. Will said, oh, you never want to do anything. So Dad said, what'd you say? Out the door we went, out the door they went. They run out in the tanks there. Will come back and we cleared the fence and Dad missed. Will run in and got under the bed and I told Dad, there he is! I got even for some of the beatings. And so Dad goes in there and he says, get out of there. Will come out of there and he says, take him up there to the boat.
Well, wasn't it that I wouldn't come out until Mom said he wouldn't?
Yes, yeah, I remember. I wasn't too close then.
You just pointed and went, got as far away as you could.
I wasn't sure how to go up to the gym.
That's where the term Irish center came from. When you're pointing.
That's a good one.
I remember Karen pulling the same trick. When I cut the Christmas lights, I was messing around with the Christmas lights, and you know, I had this thing, and I don't know what I was doing, but I cut it and cut the wire, and all the Christmas lights went out. And so we instructed my brother Mike and I, Karen, don't tell me what happened, just tell him, you know, it just went out or whatever. She goes, yeah, I knew, you know, we're giving her candy, giving her pop and everything. As soon as Dad came home, she goes, yeah, it's out, and Pat cut it. Right there, and she kind of stands right next to him and smiles over us like this.
That's great.
Yeah. Oh, down.
Down.
Oh, baby. Hey, Will. Okay.
Ready for this one?
Hey, Will, do you remember when your dad dropped the bricks on you? Or when you dropped the bricks on your dad?
Yeah, we want to get this one.
Well, I was, you know, I don't think I did it. I think Dad did it.
Oh boy.
Because all I did is load them.
Every time we got in trouble, you went through the house and Mom hit me. But he was digging the cesspool. That's when we finally got an indoor toilet.
You remember those days?
Yeah, so we had 3 over. And he's down there digging, you know, and we take the bucket, pull it up, and throw the dirt over there. He finally is getting got it all down. And so then we're lowering the bucket with bricks. And he's putting the bricks around there, and we're lowering, putting the bricks around there. We got the fooling around. One time we dropped him. Hit him right in the head. Oh, he's down there. Put the ladder down. Put the ladder down. Oh, no. I didn't want him to come out there. He says, I ain't going to hit him. So we put the ladder down. Come up. It's up there a little bit. And he says, okay, now don't drop any more. Down he went.
The funny part about it is that thing was, oh, maybe 12 feet or something like that, you know, that you built it.
What, in the outhouse?
Huh?
Yeah, the
cesspool.
Oh, the cesspool.
But didn't you guys turn the outhouse
Oh, yeah, we had.
You'd have to know, his family know, because they had like, his dad had 13 kids, and the girls were just as tough as the boys.
Tell them about the flag. I mean, the red thing on the...
Underwear.
Yeah, underwear.
Well,
Oh, that's right.
Grandma, if the cops hadn't showed up, Grandma had put a some of the regular white underwear. If the cops had come looking for one of them, she put a red one out.
Of the boys?
They fought in all those tournaments, the DAC and all that. Dad managed the Elks boxing club in the Golden Gloves DAC. He's pretty tough.
And I guess one time Will and Pat locked their grandfather in the outhouse. Your grandfather, what, Granny or Granny?
Yeah, he had a little pet hit it. Put a little hook out there on the outside to keep it closed. We were going in there, we were going around with hooks. And then we left. He's beating on the door. Grandmother finally heard him come out. She opened it and said, I'll kill him, I'll kill him. Big laugh.
Bill, tell that one that you just told about running around the.
No, Pat, tell that.
Which one?
Oh, but he remembers a little different than I do.
What happened to you?
Go ahead and tell him. I remember, I remember the time, not this time, but I remember the time that I was out, remember, and I come in about 12 o'clock and Dad said, where have you been? And I said, well, I was just out. He said, I didn't ask you that. Where have you been? And I said, well, you know, I'm 18. And he said, I don't care. And I said, well, I'm 18. He says, I don't care. And I said, well, I don't care what you say. And he got up from the table, and I run out, and I run around the tanks again. And I'm going around, and he got so tired. You know, and I come back in and I got with my mom and I said, you know, Mom, he's after me. And so she took and said, you know, Ed, don't be doing anything to him. He didn't mean it. So I said, okay. Now this is the story before that. This is when we were, well, maybe about 10 or
When I go up to Barnum, because they had a gym up there and we played basketball inside a gym. We'll ask Mom, she'd take us up there. We had that old 31 Chevrolet. And Mom says, no, she was tired and she wasn't going to take us up there. We could walk. Will says, oh, you never want to do anything. And Dad says, what'd you say? Out the door, Will. They run around the tanks over there. Dad chasing Will. He come back and he jumped the fence. Dad missed it. He sprawled out. Will run in the bedroom, went under the bed. Dad come in, where is he? And I say, he's under there. He got out of there. And I thought, boy, you know, he's going to give me one. And he says, where'd you want to go? And we said, up to Barnum. And he says, get the car out and take him up to Barnum.
He told Grandma that?
Oh, yeah. Grandma, yeah, she had to take us.
Tell them the one about the Post and the News, when the Post was trying to take over the news.
Well, in corners down there, yeah.
Because these guys used to sell newspapers on the corners and then the Post, and you know, his dad, their dad, won the heavyweight a couple years. Light heavyweight.
Uncle Bill was there.
Uncle Bill won it like 10 years in a row, and how many did Grandpa win?
Every time they needed a watch, and they lost.
But these guys, but anyway, they were going to get the Mafia, but go ahead and tell us. Because the news was trying to take over the Post or something.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't let the news kids sell on the corners.
These were Jewish guys at the Post.
Yeah. And,
So they brought in some toughs or something to.
yeah, some fighter, kids was a good fighter, I guess Captain Bad, Bill. So I guess they beat the hell out of him. That's when Staples was mayor. And they beat the hell out of him. And how did Bill put it? He didn't call them cops. What did he call
He
them?
said they
Hoodlums.
pinched. He said they pinched him though.
Yeah, he
instead
said
of
they were going to
arresting him.
pinch us.
They pinched him instead
Yeah.
of arresting him.
And then they, old Stapleton, he knew about it, so he wouldn't let him file any charges.
But you didn't tell the best part about, they sent a kid to sell newspapers in front of the Post.
Oh,
Go ahead and tell them that.
yeah, that was something.
Huh?
Don't you have those newspapers?
Yeah, we've got it.
Yeah.
Well, my dad is,
They're real fun.
But they said this guy, they're trying to take over the whole city, so they're beating up all these kids. And
That sounds like
so
that's
they-
how Roach.
yeah, and so then
Yeah.
his dad, my grandfather, and Cap and Moms, and I don't know, it wasn't Moms, but Bill, they sent this kid to sell papers in front of the post. And so this guy came out, and then didn't Grandpa break his jaw?
Yeah, it was a Jewish guy that, I used to play handball down there at the Y with some Jewish guys before they got to the point where they got big shots, you know, and had bigger verses. But the guy that I used to play with invited me to go to the Jewish community center to play handball, in which I went down there. And this Jewish guy told me, he said, well, the guy who they had this that Pat's talking about, he said he went out there, this Jewish guy went out there and he said, we're going to, research lawyers. No, I can't say what he's going to say, but he said something like, we're going to beat your tail or something. And Dad went over there and hit him in the jaw, broke his jaw. And the Jewish guy told me that was the end of everybody run. And this guy had this wire, and I met him at the Jewish community center. He said, I never saw some tough guys. The big thing that I remember is I sold a heating boiler to George Manley, who was, I don't know, probably nobody remembers, but he was the light heavyweight champion here, and he fought Rosenblum for the title. We didn't fight him. He beat him twice for the title, not for the title because it was non-title. He beat this guy, and George Manley told me that he said, you know, of all the guys that I fought and everything, he said, I wouldn't be afraid. Now, he told me this sitting down in his stable. He said, I wouldn't be afraid to fight your dad, which he did stockyards in a ring, but he says, I'd never fight him in an alley. That was a true statement.
When he fought him in the ring, Dad was working out in the, past Barnum used to be a lot of hay waggers. Yeah. And he was out there haying, and Manley just wanted his manager just wanted a tune-up fight. And so my dad's dad went out there and asked him if he wanted to fight him. And he said, yeah, he would. So they fought at the Stockyard Stadium, and Dad broke Manley's nose, and they stopped the fight and called it no contest. My grandfather was in there going to fight everybody.
He was totally about that dog. Well, the best part of the story of the News and the Post is, you know, he broke the guy's jaw, and then they went in the Post, and all these guys came out, and they had a big brawl, and one of them had a broken arm and all this kind of stuff, and then they had this big fight, and it was like 80, 60, or I don't know how many guys, but there was only his four, his brothers, and then and the next day in the news, and we got a copy of it that we can show you, it said that how they saved the news in the news and the Post, they said they were hoodlums and they were all this and that, but they were going to get the mafia. They were going to get the mafia to take care of this, and instead they got his, his brother. And in the article it says in the article it says that they had one of them was the second toughest guy, but the first toughest guy was also his brother. Was it more than two? Was his brother or something?
well, didn't you say your dad was working one time at the ice house and stuck an ice pick through his leg and pulled it out, went back to work?
I remember the guy's name now. It was Jake Sobel, and he's the guy that told me all about this. Yeah, my dad worked at the ice house. He worked. He worked 12 hours, $3 a day, $3 a day.
$21 a week.
Yeah, 7 days a week.
Now, what
And he
she's
was
talking
tough.
about, they'll get that ice pick through his leg.
Yeah, he did. Well, he used to, those things they used to have is 600 pounds, and then he'd score them. The score would go this way for 25, and it would go down for 100, 75, whatever you have. And that's the way they did it. And they used to, in the summer, in the winter, they used to take all of this ice and put it in storage. And then when things come from California and Oregon and every place with fruit and stuff, then they'd get on the platform, and they used to call these boxcars coolers. And then they'd chop it and get it down to cool the thing instead of refrigeration. And Dad used to chop this stuff and put his ice pick through here, and came out here, and he turned around, I guess, and well, Pat and I understand, he just pulled it out, and he was bleeding and everything, and then this guy took him, I can't remember the guy's name, Countryman, took him to the hospital. The guy just bought a new car, and he was worried about his new car, and Dad went, and he went to the hospital, and I guess it was the next day he walked home, or he didn't walk home, he came home, and then he went to work. That's a tough thing too.
Remember when he had the loose tooth? Pulling it around with thread, big thread, and then he got something else on there, and he got some copper wire on there. Yanked it at it, and he got sick, watch. So he wouldn't come out.
The little Japanese dentist.
Yeah, so he goes uptown, there's a little Japanese dentist. And he went in there and he said, well, this is okay. He says, well, it's already loose. All you gotta do is you shake it out. So this little Japanese dentist said, okay. And he took it in there, put some pliers on it, and pulled himself off the crowd. And it still didn't come. So we had to sit him down and drill it and then take it out. And he said, please, mister, don't come back here.
Pat, tell them about when you got the bullet in his head, because they said, is this red? And they thought it was, or is this, mix up the names of the bullet in his head.
Oh, this is
Who was this?
Yeah, your dad got shot for you?
Your dad? Your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how he died. Is that how he died, or is that?
He had they thought that it was here, he had a little lump down below his ear. So they operated, he wouldn't let them put him out. So he cut it open with just a little gristle there, they took that out, sewed it up, and said, forget it. So they still
But tell the story.
Well, what happened to him is he went over, in the bootleg days, and he went over.
I wasn't much help.
Oh, we all know.
Well, maybe we won't. Anyway, he went over, we used to, Pat and I used to live, all of us, there's a railroad track here, and there's a railroad track, we lived between the two of them, Santa Fe and the Union Pacific. Yeah, and so, evidently, we lived in a place over there, and the place was kind of like a ski factory when they first started, We lived right, the lumber yard, that's what it was. And so we went ahead and lived in there, and Pat and I was little, and evidently my dad went over to get some hooch, I guess, from the bootlegger, and so he walked up, and it was down by where Public Service Lacombe that was, this way of it, where the Valley Highway goes down. Anyway, he went in there, and he knocked on the door, and he said, who's there? And he said, Ed. And this guy thought it was Red because he was mad at Red, or he didn't pay him or something. So he shot Dad. And so Dad walked home, bleeding, And I remember when I was a kid, I remember all the cops coming, and they had a patrol wagon and everything, and they couldn't get Dad into the patrol wagon. He didn't want to go. So anyway, as it wound up, Mom got him to get in there. They went down to the police station, and then he went to the hospital.
He never would have any anesthetic.
No, and then he went to the hospital, and he didn't want to take anything. And he still had he was shot through the eye, and went into his head, and his bullet was still there.
Was he blind in that eye, Bill?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he lost some eyesight quite a bit. But his brother Cap had a still down in there.
Well, everybody.
My grandfather had it, but going in his basement too.
Oh, yeah, he
My grandfather
did.
Murray.
Cap was out there at 23rd and Welton. That's my dad's older brother, one of the older brothers. He was at 23rd and Welton and watching the baseball game. I mean, he didn't think that umpire was calling the things right. It was around the 4th of July, and so Cap was yelling at that guy. And he's just giving him all kinds of problems. And the umpire said something to him. Cap lit a skyrocket and chased him. He burned the hell out of his hand. And then the cops come, and Cap knew a guy that had a grocery store right across the street on 23rd there. So he run in there, and the guy put him down in the basement. And so the cops come in there, and they says, well, we want to see if he's in the basement. They went down there, and Cap says, you ain't going to get back up. You come down here. Finally, they got some more, and they took Cap to jail, and then they let him back.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
Your father was from Ireland, right? No, mine. Your father was from Ireland. But he came.
Brandy was from Ireland.
But they've really been on the coast.
His name.
He came out here?
His name was Brandon.
Roy found.
Oh, a few years ago.
See, and they still don't. People don't even know the last name.
Well, how come Mamie's name is Brandon?
So, yeah, I don't think anybody knows.
It's, they changed a lot.
Well, I got one started.
But his passport was Brandy.
You did big grades.
That was passport. 76 years old. Don Patrick, this guy was Belfast. Still living there.
The Belfast?
Yeah, just out of Belfast.
What's his name?
Well,
Brandy.
her name is Brandon.
Well, that's what they say.
Well, it was on
That was on
the birth.
Mamie's birth certificate.
It was on the
Shirley back.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the surname?
Brandon.
Yeah.
But Pat's mom told me, she told me a long time ago that she thought the reason that he changed it because he didn't want his relatives over there coming over sponging off of him. And that's what Grandma told me. I mean, your mom told me that herself. You know. And he would go to Ireland and bring back his sewing machine, take sewing machines and things over there. But Mom, Pat's mother, Pat Will's mother, said she just thought that he didn't want all those relatives coming over here sponging off of him, which, you know, could very well be.
Well,
Because he was pretty well-to-do for that area down there. He gave all those kids houses. He gave Mamie and their mother a home, a house. So,
Okay, the greatest story is when I was a senior and I got a nice wagon and I was the guy that drove the truck.
foreman.
I didn't get paid either.
I drove this ice wagon, and I worked 2 years prior to that. Pat worked 2 years, delivering ice. So I hired him.
Oh my God. Mama says you go.
Now you tell the stories.
Remember Wash Park used to have a sandy beach there. And we had a 50-pounder to go into that where they sold the pop in it. And so I got the counter with the gunny sack, and I'm walking there looking at the girls, and it falls off.
Oh, God.
In the sand. So I pick it up, run back over, and I put, that's the worst thing you can do is put sand in it. I put it back in there, he'd come yelling at me. I walked home, I quit again.
It was about 5 miles.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh.
The next time was close. He got, and the next morning I told Mom, no, I ain't working for him no more. 5:30 in the morning, so I gotta go work for him. He was a hell of a boss. I had a better one, Louis
Hollenberg.
yeah, he was nicer. Then we get over there to, it was called the Indian Motel. They were built like teepees right there at Alameda between Calumet and Santa Fe.
Yep.
And they had these little motels, and they were like teepees. And you put 25-pounders in there. So Will says, can you reach those? I said, no. You know, I don't want to. So he puts these 25-pounders up there, and you got that step on the back. He said, well, you drive up, and I'll put them in. I said, I don't know anything about this, you know, this big truck. I got the motor going like son of a gun, I let the clutch out. The ice come off, he went off. Started yelling, and I said, well, I quit. Never got paid though. Next morning, Mom says,
5:30 in the morning, huh?
Oh,
Back again?
And above George Manley's, you know, this guy that I remember this real well is that we used to get crushed ice. You know, we had a thing on the back, you know, like you do. It's electric, but we used to have to grind it. And we'd grind it, and we put it in like a large bucket, you know, that we had. And we put it in where the beer and everything comes out now. It used to be electric. So I remember I went in there one time, and the first time, because what was the guy's name? It was the fighter. I can't remember it right now, but anyway.
Eddie Ball?
No, not Eddie Ball. Yeah, but this guy was. He was a good fighter. Anyway, I took the route. That's the route I had. And so I went ahead and took this route, and it happened to be on Broadway where George Manley was. So the first time I went in, when I got that, I went in and he had to open this thing and put the ice in like this here. And George Manley said, "Kid, don't get anything on the bar." And gosh, you know, he was, you know, I was 18, so you know, I made sure I didn't get anything on it. So every time I went in there, that's what I did. You know, I made sure I didn't get anything. So anyway, one time I went in there and I got it in. So Manny was arguing with some guy at the bar, and he said, "Oh, just go away. I don't want to bother with you." And he says, "Well, I don't know." He says, "You're not as tough as you look." And so this guy stood up, Manley hit him, his teeth come out. Manley grabbed him, pushed him out in the alley. And I'll tell you, you know, being a kid like that, you know, I thought, oh my God. And the first thing I know, I was outside. I come back in the next day, and here was Manley, just as friendly as could be, you know. I thought maybe he's going to, you know, hit me. Okay, the other thing is that above Manley's was apartments like maybe about 15 or 20 of them. I can't remember. But anyway, I used to deliver, Pat probably remembers, 25 pounds in all these ice boxes. You know. I never knew what was. Got that 50 pound didn't reach too high. But the 25 pounders, you know, we put in all of them.
always were. We always were.
Tell you the one thing that Pat and I played the piccolo. Wasn't it piccolo?
Oh, clarinet.
Clarinet.
We didn't play it. We just took it
Yeah,
home.
we took it, and so in our senior year, you know, we had, I don't know, we had all of our credits, so we had to take some, so we took band. And so we had the one clarinet, and Pat would toot it and everything, and he'd give it to me, and I'd do the same thing, you know, as we went along, you know, just like anyone else. And so at the end of the year, and we had guys in there like
Rudy Borga,
and
Joe
Lucero,
drums,
and Kingry, and all of them that were great, you know. In fact, they were, Howie Keep, after we graduated, they were good, you know,
floor band.
Yeah, and so Pat and I, we'd sit there and we'd go like, hold on a second. We'd hold on and we'd go, you know, like the scale and stuff that we spent all that semester doing it. And so finally, you know, at the end of the year, here comes Trustman, and he said, Pat, Bill, come up here. And so we went up there, and so we're standing there, and he says, you know, I'm going to give you a B. He says, but if you take this class next year, you're going to fail.
Well, Rudy Borga and them, and they're, you know, really playing, and here we're going. I think that's the only thing I could ever play.
I think you need to tell that story too about Larry Varnell and him picking you to go to Hawaii during the war.
What?
You mean when I
You
was...
got to play ball?
Yeah, because this guy saved his life. He always claims he saved his life because if he wouldn't have been out, well, go ahead and tell the story. But he told me the story too when we went down to the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame too.
When I left here, I went to Experiment. I went ahead and at that time I went ahead and I went to Farragut and then went to Hawaii. And when I was there, you know, I was to go on this boat, which was an amphibious boat, you know. And this Larry Varnell, he saw my name and he took me off, which had the sea bag.
Now you and your daughter could.
This boat, or this one that we all went on, was sunk. And all of them, there wasn't anybody left on it. And this is what Larry always said, that I saved your life. Well, he probably did.
Well, the thing that you didn't say was that, you know, when he was working, when he and Uncle Pat were working, they'd take these 25-pound deals and carry them like this, so that, you know, their arms were
Really developed.
So they had this deal where you would, they had where you would like do push-ups and runs, you know, I don't know how many miles or whatever, and he finished second out of like, how many guys were there in their regiment? 600 guys, he finished second. There was some Japanese guy or something that wasn't Japanese.
Well, I finished first on push-ups.
He finished first on push-ups because he was, you know, a little guy with a strong body. How many push-ups did you do? 300 push-ups.
He did 600.
This guy did 600, but he was a little guy, and so he did all during the war. My dad refereed games for all these.
I fought the Japs.
He told us that when we were kids. But all during the war, you know, all these whacks. He refereed their games, all these whiz and whacks, and he played ball. He played ball all during the war. Just because this guy kicked him, if he had to.
So that was like
They're
a capital.
shit for something. They're shit for something. He's going to die.
I come back from India when we were leaving. I come back.
Wait a minute.
My arm is peaked.
Listen to this one.
You have to talk loud enough too, Uncle Pat, because
Hey, knock it off.
it's hard.
Let me try this, okay.
When I was coming, after the war, I was going to come back from India. I come back on the USS General Patrick, which really amazed me to see that Liberty ship. And so we're coming back, and we're going to refuel in the Hawaiian Islands. So I'm talking to some sailors. Well, my brother's stationed there, you know, and I go and find him, and I'll wave to him. And they said, well, yeah. So getting out, we finally South Pacific there, and they changed the orders. Rather than go to Puget Sound, they were going to bring us into San Pedro. So we missed them. So I get home or get over there, and they had steaks for us, and milk, and all that. And I thought, well, I'll just call home and just say, you know, I'm already home. I call home. Ellie's been home for 3-4 months.
You know, I wish you could have been here on that, because they had a kid from India that was here, that is a friend of Tim's, and he was here visiting.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you about India. Here, this is good.
And there was a kid from India.
They'd throw.
In Karachi, when we first got there, never in my life could I believe these countries were that old. When I got off that airplane while we left LaGuardia and refueled in Gander, Newfoundland, and then we landed in the Azores Islands that night. It scared the hell out of us. We saw them waves coming up. We thought the plane hit it. And then we landed in Casablanca. We went down, and I couldn't believe them people still live that way. And all those years. We went all the way across. We got to Karachi. We went downtown. We got a little pass. We went downtown. And these people are just sleeping on the sidewalks. The next day,
This is Casablanca.
no, in Karachi, India. And the next day, these trucks would come through there, and anybody that didn't get up, they just throw them in the truck. They were bad, and they'd haul them off. That's amazing. Something else.
So who did you fight over in India?
CBI, Burma, China, Burma, India. Well, the Japanese were in Burma.
Were they?
Yeah, they never got it. See, the English were in
India.
And then the English were fighting the Indians there before I left. They were throwing bricks through their windshield,
Really?
turning the.
Is that when Gandhi was? Is that during
Yeah,
Gandhi's
right.
time?
Yeah, right after that.
Huh.
Well, I wish you could have been here. What was the name? Milton.
Milton.
This kid named Milton. That
I was. There's a. What the heck game is it? Huh? Sue, what's that? Sue, what's that game that you play that Dum Dum come in on? Trivial Pursuit. And I was sitting in the other room watching. They were playing it. And Mickey come running in there, and she says, "Dad, where's Dum Dum Aerodrome?" I says, "Calcutta. I've been 2 years there." And it's in that Trivial Pursuit. But it was a British base. And we were there with them.
but there was no Nazis there.
When I was in Algiers, the Nazis bombed the harbor. We jumped in them trenches, but they wouldn't close to us, but they were trying to sink ships out in there so they couldn't get supplies in. But that's, no, it was all the Japanese. Well, the end.
The end. Okay.
Well, you'll think of some more next time. If there's
We got a lot more.
I want you to tell Pat. Dad was telling me the kind of things how he got extra money when he was selling papers.
Oh, here's a good one, yeah.
Oh, I tell you, you learn fast. we had two corners on Saturday night. We sold the Sunday paper, the Rocky Mountain News, and that was at Ellsworth Broadway and Thurston Broadway. And so that was your main road going into the theaters and to eat and dine and that. And they'd be coming back and they'd hit that red light and you had that Rocky Mountain News, you're yelling, you know, the headline. And so they'd say, give it this, we'd run over there and give them the paper and they'd give us a dime and you'd go like this. And the light would change and they'd say, I'll keep it, kid. Well, what you got was 2 cents for each paper, so if you faked it, you got a nickel. And our Uncle Bill was the one that took us there all the time. He worked for the news.
He had that corner?
Yeah. Well, we didn't have to say, well, we used to go up there.
I mean, you'd make 8 cents on the paper?
No, a nickel.
Oh,
See, you only got 2 cents if it was sold it for 7 cents. That's what it sold for.
oh, it's sold
And
for
the
7.
Post sold for 10 cents, and those kids got 2.5 cents.
Oh.
But if you faked it and couldn't get them pennies out, they'd drive off, so you made a nickel on it.
Which we had the 10 cents.
Well, how'd you get 10 cents? It cost 7 cents. And they gave you
The news was 7 cents.
So
So
we got
they
2
give
cents.
us, we'd get 2 cents for 7 cents.
Oh, I see.
So if we
Instead of
faked it, we'd get a nickel because
Instead of 2 cents.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we paid a nickel for the ball.
Now, if
We
you
were
had
right
any
by the
extra-
Mayon Theater.
By the what?
The old Mayon
Mayon.
Theater and that.
What happened if you didn't sell all your papers? Did you?
Well, no, we didn't. Uncle Bill and pick up and count what we did. Then he usually took us to get a piece of pie, coffee, or something.
Manhattan.
Yeah, yeah, old Manhattan.
Yeah, we had so many times, you know, we made more money than my mom and dad had.
Yeah.
Really?
Did Grandma work when you guys were little?
The nickel, McGargy Pickle Company.
When you were little?
Yes,
I remember her.
17 years. Down the tracks. 5.
Did Dad babysit you? You were in charge when Grandma was gone?
Oh, Dad worked nice. Mom worked.
So you guys took care of Aunt Sis? Took care of Aunt Sis?
Listen, we didn't have any babysitter. We were told what you do, and it better be done when I get home. And when we got, during our summer vacation, which was supposed to be vacation, there's 10 ties. I want them ties all done, cut, and put kindle wood in the shed. Then you can go swim. Even Fritzy's come and help us sometimes. And we go to Lincoln Park and swim.
We were like all kids, so Mom and especially my dad wanted to go to the mountains. We didn't want to go. We wanted to go up to Lincoln Park. Oh yeah, you know how kids are. They don't want to go riding in the car and stuff like that.
What was it like at Lincoln Park at that time? What was it like a lot of Mexicans?
What happened was that Ford lateral?
What?
Yeah, we were in the Scouts. We had the
Boy
dime.
Scouts?
Yeah,
You were
we
Boy
put the
Scouts?
dime in our mouth and run like a son.
Well,
We were tenderfoots.
as Jeremy just was telling, wasn't he telling you
Yeah.
about going through the park and
Going through the park and some guy jumped out and they said, oh, it's Bill. And then they jumped back in the bushes or something like that.
Oh, you mean they didn't come out?
We stayed at that neighborhood house. We were little kids. And since the day.
Oh, you stayed there during the day?
with the Central.
Did you two play in the same sports, on the same
You don't
team?
know how lucky you've been.
I know.
Oh, true.
So, Uncle Pat, did you two play on the same baseball team?
No, he wouldn't let me on the same team.
Well,
No, he was a much better ball player.
it wasn't because of that. Pat was littler, and it didn't make any difference. After he got you know, through high school, came back, then he played on a lot of ball clubs. They won the, what was it, the city tournament. Gorba, you, and the rest of it.
I had pneumonia when I was in grade school. Denver Channel. I remember they had a tent, and they had this pipe coming up, and it was hissing, and I'd take paper and stick down into it, and nurse him into hell. It's oxygen, I didn't know it. I was in there for a long time, lost a lot of weight. And then they passed me on time. And that shouldn't have been. They should have just said, well, we'll keep you back a year, and I wouldn't translate sometime.
Well, tell him though, I got in a fight with Cliff Olin, broke his nose, and so they told me I couldn't go to Garfield, so remember they had Dad come down, and God, he got so mad, and then I had to go to Central, so that was a half year, so then that's when I got there. But they tell him about the flag. I love that. Remember Miss Smith? When you stuck that flag up your thing and she grabbed you, big fat. You don't remember it?
No.
Okay. I remember it. You know, we used to be in
I'd rather you not tell me.
Sounds good.
the colored guards, you know, and we used to go and all the time we got out first to go in the color guard. We used to go put the flag up and we bring it down. Okay, we brought it down and everything, and so Pat figured that he was going to get out quicker, so he put his hat in here so he could get out. And I remember it, and we're all standing up there, you know, and Mrs. Smith goes along and she sees this, and this is how big this gal was. She picked Pat up. What do you got under there? And he had his hat, so he had to stay after school. I'll always remember Mrs. Smith. We used to be in the color guard, and I'll tell you who remembered it is, Hunter. Oh, yeah, he remembers it, yeah. Because I talked to him at the time, and I remember, because we all used to be in the color guard. Remember the guy that was the big guy in the school was taller than all of us? Jesus?
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Probably Jesus, right?
Yeah. And he was a real nice guy, but he was so big, and we'd play soccer out on the electric pump. We'd kick him in the shins right and kick the ball. And that'd keep him away. But he was a real nice guy, wasn't he? I don't think we were trying to be mean, but it was one way to stop
You
him.
did what it took.
Are you guys in the same class?
We graduated
All the way through.
Even though
Okay,
you were 11 months older, yeah.
Yeah, tell him the other thing is that, you know, I start cutting hair.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Spar told that story.
I remember-
cut Pat's hair before graduation.
I haven't
I
heard
remember you
that.
used to cut my hair.
No, they weren't supposed to cut any seniors. This was fine, and then all of a sudden they jumped me and put me down and cut my hair, and my mother was screaming.
She was mad at you, huh?
He was doing it too.
Was she
Boy,
mad
the
at him?
principal.
She was mad, yeah.
The principal called him Old Hill. Called him in, and boy, he told him any more of this, and there's not going to be any graduation.
Well, he got us in there, and this kid's mother is the one that started the whole thing. I couldn't care of Memphis and all those things. And this
Now, what did they
mother,
look like after the haircut?
Was this a bird haircut?
well, Pat had a
Well,
good
they
one.
try, yeah. I mean, you know, can you imagine barbers going like this?
Anyway, so Hill got us in there, and so we're standing there, and this mother has this kid, a senior, and his hair, it didn't look too good. But anyway, he was standing there, and so his mother said, who cut your hair? And we're all there. And he said, well, I can't determine who it was. You know, and he knew, but he was afraid to say anything because we'd get him after. Yes. Anyway.
And it was 4th of July, and he had some of these cherry bombs, and he threw a couple of them, and they landed in a guy's convertible and blew it home. So the guy took Cap to court, and Cap brought a lot of little kids. They all went up there, and the little kid says, he didn't throw it. And the judge dismissed it. Cap's down there buying them all kinds of ice cream cones. I remember that. He was the funniest guy there was.
What was his real name?
Casper.
Casper? That was his real name, Casper? Why would they name him Casper? Why would they name somebody Casper?
Well,
Why would they name Womps?
That was his real name?
Womps is Arnold. Bunce was Walter.
No wonder. They didn't want those names. Casper,
Well, what is-
Waldo.
What was Cap? Now, Cap he was one of the tough ones too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah. He fought in those that with the post kids and that.
Yeah.
Him and Bill and Dad.
And what happened to him?
Well, he finally died.
Was your dad the first one to die?
No. Cap died when I was in service. He was going blind. No, it was right after that. He was going blind, and I was going overseas. And I got the telegram, and I went up and asked him. I told him about he was going blind, and maybe I ought to go see him. And they were going to cancel my trip.
Was Cap older than your dad? Or?
Yes.
Oh,
Bill was younger. Bill was older. Bill would be 92 right now.
Yeah, well, Dad was born 1900.
Yeah, Dad would be
96 this October.
yeah. Let's see. There was the older one, Clifford.
He's the one who got killed in the war.
Well, he's buried out too.
Who got killed in the war?
I don't know if he got killed in the war.
Wasn't Grandma's first kid?
That one
They're
there.
asking you.
Yeah, Grandma had a kid before she married Grandpa.
Was he part of the family, or?
Aunt Sis can tell you all of this.
Oh, boy, yeah.
So Clifford, what happened to Clifford? How did he die?
Well, I understood dropsy. When I was a kid, they said something about dropsy.
And he was one of the tough ones too, right? Clifford, his Cap.
Well, he was really young. He died young.
Did you tell him back when Cap wanted to get past?
Yeah, it is
He wasn't gonna pass him.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
At Eagleton School over in Barnes. And Uncle Bill told us. And he says he and this other kid, can't think of who it was, but the teacher wasn't going to pass it. She wasn't going to pass it. So the kid climbed out the window and said, we're going to jump it.
This was Cap?
Cap.
Climbed up in this high window.
And Bill says, she said, okay. Well, if they didn't pass, Grandpa was going to beat him up.
You don't
Oh, you ought to
pass,
hear
we're
Bill
gonna jump out there.
stories. Uncle Bill, God, he had more stories.
The time.
Now, what were your grandparents like? What were your grandparents like? Like Grandma's dad and
Like Grandpa Granny?
yeah.
Well, we grew up with him down on, he owned all those houses down there.
Is that Grandma's dad?
Brandon?
Yeah, Granny. Had a big box like that, a big steel box with a big railroad lock on it. He had all his money in there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Was he? Now, did her dad and yours? Did her dad and Grandpa get along well?
More or
Was
less.
she happy that
More or less.
she married?
He didn't care too much for my dad.
Who did?
My grandfather, Brandon.
Grandma's
Dad
dad.
had had a motorcycle. And
Yeah.
He didn't,
Grandpa
you
didn't.
mean, oh, you mean
Your grandma.
your grandma's father?
Dad, yeah.
Your grandma.
My
Grandma's dad.
My
Your
grandma's,
grandma now.
yeah,
Were they
My
happy?
her
grandfather,
father didn't care for it,
not too much.
Well, he climbed a tree and he thought that was very screwy, you know. And then, but the funny part about it is they used to make home brew down there, and
Deer.
and the two of them would drink it before it even was brewed.
Oh, they would?
Yeah.
Did you tell him about when your grandpa went out to California on the sidecar?
Oh,
that was.
Not Bill.
I can't. Can you imagine riding a motorcycle?
No roads,
No
those days.
roads.
Uncle Wamps, well, he was always a mechanic, you know, he owned a garage out there.
That was once.
Yeah, that's what was
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
And,
Wamps.
no, Wamps was a little younger. But they went out to caught freight and they come back and said, boy, they got oranges, you can pick them off the tree. Everything was great. So Grandpa decided he'd go out there. Well, Uncle Bunce, or Walter, he was a mechanic. And he got his three-wheeler with that little buggy on the side. And he took Grandpa out on that son of a gun all the way through the desert and everything else. And I think that's why Grandpa stayed there.
those roads.
Yeah, dirt roads and that. And,
Over
well,
the passes, I mean, they're bad enough as it is today.
Uncle Bunce told us they just sleep out. They just, you know, there was no place that they didn't have any money, only enough money to put gas in that sucker.
Now, what happened when you guys got in trouble? What would your dad do? Like, when you got in a fight, would he get mad at you?
He just looked at us.
Yeah.
But he got in fights too, but didn't he not, he didn't want you guys to? He got mad at you?
Well, I don't think he got mad.
He just said, don't get in
Take
trouble.
care.
Yeah.
All you had to do was look at him and he knew. You knew.
All he had to do is say, knock it off.
Grandma's the one who used to beat us.
Oh,
Grandma did?
I don't know. You got so much. He'd run through first. Bang! I'm pretty dumb.
We used to get in that tub, you know. This would be first, Pat, and then me.
She was tough. Did she scrub your elbows?
This
She used to do that.
was them big
Oh, the
tubs
tin tubs?
on the two chairs. Saturday was our best.
Oh,
Mom got home from, she worked at Pickle Factory and got off at Nips.
oh.
She would put that, and this was heating the water on the stove.
Cold stuff.
Yeah, and she'd stroke you.
Who's this, Grandma?
My grandma.
Nellie?
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a bath.
She's
I remember one time,
mine.
Will and I, when we got out of school, we were little, and we were trying to figure out whether to get a bald head haircut or not. So we get over there to the barber we always went to over there on 11th
Chicks.
Avenue. Yeah. So we went in there and he said, how do you want it? Cut it off, bald. So we got a bald head. And we were all playing around. You know, it was all dirt back.
How old were you then?
I don't. But Mom got off at noon Saturday. And so we had a couple tires. We were rolling them. We rolled them up to 12th Avenue and we rolled them across the track to start up the tracks. You know, we're kind of dirty. Dirty overalls. And Mom says, you little kids better watch it. Them cars come.
You know it, yeah.
Mom! Mother-in-law.
Was she mad?
No, but she was just shocked. She didn't recognize us.
Of course, we were both bald.
Rolling them tires were all dirty too.
Oh, God.
Yep, you're right.
What? Sunday.
Nobody has their wedding ring on. None of the guys. Your husband doesn't, you don't.
Not being bald-headed.
That would be
I never heard that.
So we were bald.
You mean when you were cutting everybody's hair in
No, no,
West High School?
no.
Yeah, so you remember all those stories.
barber shop. They gave us a quarter to get a haircut. So we got shaved, the whole thing shaved off. We're going up the tracks.
We didn't know whether we should or not. We told them. So we had these rubber tires, you know, car tires. We were rolling around the dirt during the day. Mom got off at noon. So we rolled up to the tracks there. She turned down. She says, "You little boys better watch out. There's cars."
She didn't even recognize it.
No, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one
Oh,
before.
you could.
Did you tell him about when you cut his hair?
He's probably got, I don't know how many stories that you haven't even heard.
Mom, I bet you remember some stories.
Yeah, I remember you. I bet you do too from high school when Dad was in high school.
Yeah, I met a lot of his uncles, you know. Cap was here then.
Well, I'm sorry.
A lot of fun.
They all were. Especially
Your grandpa used to make what kind of pie?
he made lemon pie. Really.
And donuts.
Donuts and that banana cake. And wasn't it like a custard? Some kind of custard that he made?
Yeah.
He was a good cook.
And now where did he learn to cook? At a bakery? He worked at a bakery?
He's good. Probably from being in such a big family.
It'd be fun to hear more about Grandpa. I don't know that much about him. And he was a great guy.
Did he play sports?
Mr. Fox.
Those days they didn't.
Well, he played baseball without a hat.
Oh, yeah. He did that.
But they didn't do too much.
Oh, in those days, you know, you didn't have that much.
Yeah. Did he go and watch you play ball a lot? Did he like
He
it?
worked 7 days a week. What did he go, maybe once?
Yeah, he went out.
Yeah,
My dad was real nice.
Oh, well, your daddy's not watching.
He and this friend of his name was Harry Henderson, believe it or not. They used to go over and watch West High School practice. He picked Bill out and said, you know, he looked like a really good player. He didn't know that the two of us would play together.
Oh, really?
Who says Harry Henderson?
My dad.
Oh, your dad.
Your dad probably said he taught him everything he knows.
She asked me,
29.
Yeah, Pat, this is on record, so let's not lie.
He was born in 1943.
That's what Pat and I were talking about. Mike was born in 43.
But see, he was born just a month ahead of Pat. They were really 2 years apart. But Mike was born December. He was supposed to be about the same time as Mike, but he was stubborn. He just wasn't ready.
Wait until after they lost the taxi for the whole year.
Well, you were the second in the state of Colorado. You were second, or you were doing all those prizes, is that right? Cheryl? Wasn't he second, or you guys are the one all the first baby prizes?
I was there. He wasn't born until I was doing.
Did you used to go watch Pat play?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, of course. We all did.
Did you really?
Got so excited. My gosh, yes.
That was St. James.
Great calls.
When you were at when you were at East
I remember listening to that one on the radio. There goes Moriarty. He's on the 50. He's on the 45. Then you tripped. Ah.
I know.
He tripped. I still got clippings that I saved from him way back when.
Yeah. It was like all city, all state, all metro, all Colorado, all.
School for
Was he easy to coach or hard to coach?
Yeah, they all.
He was mean to it.
We were all easy to coach for him. I mean, what are you talking about? You run like your grandma, and that was all it took.
You do what I say.
I mean, times were different then, boy.
I had a guy, Frank Kelly, that played. Frank Kelly played basketball with Regis and then CSU, and he said that he hated to have Dad. He said football wasn't bad because you get you on the rear end as you go, and he said but basketball, everybody their rear end would go in like this.
Well, I'll tell you, I run into guys all the time. Like what was that redhead guy's name that had all those? His dad was a lawyer or something. Mahalik and the other guy. What's the guy's name? They're all redheaded. Gartland. Gartland. And they all said, well, if your dad was coaching, he'd never stand for this. Or, so they all said he was the best coach they ever had. All those years. All these guys. Started with Mahalik. I mean, Mahalik said he never lost a game the whole time he was at St. James since he was in 3rd grade.
Wow.
He never lost a game.
I always remember about the first time somebody hit him in the nose and he had a bloody nose. He even learned it. And I stuffed some, at that time, kids were kind of, they get a bloody nose. And I stuffed some cotton up there and told him to get back in. He went back in there and he played and played. And it was getting, so he pulled it out. So I
lying about me now.
We haven't got to the St. Joe stories yet.
And the same thing with Lerner. I remember, he was a left-hander. But somebody hit him in the nose and he started bleeding and everything, and his mother was saying, he can't play anymore. And I thought, oh yeah, I can. I took some cotton and put it in his nose.
He probably has a crooked nose today.
Karen, one time, and I've heard this, I wasn't there because I was too young. But anyway,
We're ready.
Uncle Pat was relieving him for coaching, and this one was out running around, climbing a tree or something, and he was supposed to be practicing. And so you made him run how many laps? Really do. However many. And Pat said, boy, Uncle Pat sure is rough. You don't remember that?
No.
You told me about that.
So you used to help
vacation or something.
help coach the guys?
He was on vacation.
Will had to go someplace, so I took him for a week.
And so Pat thought, well, Uncle Pat's going to let me off easy because everybody was kind of fond of him.
Heck, they won that
He climbed a
championship.
tree, wasn't paying
That's
attention.
a
Grade school. Yeah. St.
And you guys used to go watch him play?
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole
We
family
watched
thing,
him
huh?
play.
I remember we were in 6th grade was the first time you ever won it, and we played some tough games. I mean, St. Vincent's Home, remember they used to have that? We played them, and they were so tough. And then
Sacred Heart,
Heart,
too, remember?
yeah, because we tied Blessed Sacrament and Sacred Heart, and all three of us tied. We lost the flip when we had to play both of them. We had to beat them both. And we beat them both, and then we played St. Vincent's Home, and they were tough. I mean, they had a guy that kid that could pass so well.
You remember that?
Yeah, and we beat them like 12 or 13 or 14 to nothing, and these guys dropped all those passes. I mean, they were open, and this guy that was the first time then they never lost a game.
Seeing it, the one I remember that was the biggest comeback was when St. Joe had us beat 8-0 or something like that.
Oh, it's 10 to nothing in baseball. Yeah, in baseball. Father Powers left.
Father Powers left?
Yeah, Father Powers left, so it's all over. And then they had that kid, Danny Fox.
Yeah.
I remember him. He was a big kid that was, and he could throw so hard, but he kind of tired out after the 3rd or 4th inning. And then, we were behind, and came back.
Is that when Dick
No, that was, yeah, it was when Dick McGill.
And then,
This was, I was in 7th grade. So he wasn't, Wafer started, and then I came in and pitched. And you taught me that little curve ball, and I threw that curve And I remember the last inning, they got the bases loaded, nobody out, and then we ended up beating them like 11-10 or something. It was unbelievable.
Who did McGill play for? I didn't realize McGill was a friend of theirs at a young age. Who did he play at where?
At St. James.
Oh, he was St. James.
Well, when I was in 6th grade, he won it for the first time, and he was pitching, Mike pitched too. And I remember Mary Jean's friend was named George Caron, and he hit a home run, he hit a grand slam home run. We were behind 4-0 in the first inning. Remember that? And then we beat him 5-4. We came back and beat him.
St. Francis? He played for St. Francis.
Yeah, but it wasn't St. Francis High School, grade school, it was something else. And I remember the first inning, I got on first base, and I was leading off, and Mike hit a rocket down first base, and the guy caught it and doubled me off first. And Mike never forgave me for that, because he would have had a home run if I hadn't been on first base, and the guy was holding me on, and he hit it right to him, and Mike never forgave me that. So we did beat him, and then all those games were close.
Did you coach 3 sports? So you were the only coach?
Do you remember how Pat was so fascinated with the baby, so with Kathleen and Kathy and Mickey? I mean, you'd take their little fingers and their little toes, and you thought it was so neat. And then you put Kathleen up in the closet, up on the shelf. I remember that.
Well, he threatened to put her in the oven.
The dryer.
I don't know
Yes,
about
put her on
that.
the grass with a tackler.
But he was
6 months.
He was so fat, you know, Karen was just stunning. She was his sister.
Hey, you have to strong for
She'd get those little babies. I just thought that was so neat. It was really funny with her.
Sean, man, where you sitting, bud? You got your
Well, that's enough for each.
Wait, I've got one more.
Okay.
Graduated, and Will pitched for West. He had the strikeout record. It was all city. So this guy from the Van Johnson League, which is in Kansas, he came down there and he wanted to talk to Will about going up there and playing. So he says, I'd like to see you throw a little bit. And we had that old shed out there by the tanks in there. So I got the catcher's mitt. Will got over there and we got out there and he threw a few. And this guy said, well, yeah. And threw a few more and I said, well, here, you catch it. And I'm getting tired of this. So he put the glove on and Will threw a few to him and he said, well, burn one. And he burned one, and the guy took the glove off, and he says, well, you'll be all right. Well, so he went to Van Johnson, party of Kansas.
You right?
Uncle Pat, I want you to tell us about, didn't you, when you were in the service one time, didn't you miss your flight or something? Wasn't there a time
We got to Casablanca. We were on in them tents, and we had our duffel bags and that in, and they give us a pass. This kid and I went down to Casablanca, and we were at the Red Cross down there, and he bought a bottle of gin, and he put it underneath they had these wicker baskets or seats like this, so we had it under there, and we'd buy a lemonade, and then we put a little in there. And so we got back and all the tents were empty. Just our 2 duffel bags. I thought, oh boy, we're in real trouble. So we walk up to the operations and I told him, I said, everybody's gone, what happened? And he said, well, we had a flight that we had some that we could put on. So you guys will just have to wait until you get your turn. So him and I were there another month.
A month?
Middle of the race.
I finally got to Calcutta, and that sergeant says, God, we've been looking for you for 3 months. In Cairo, same thing. I missed that one there. We've been around in Cairo, Algiers, Oran, Tehran.
Oh, you were in Tehran?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
We landed in Tehran, and it really made me mad. See, I was the air transport command in the Cairo division, and we would deliver bombers and cargo planes. They'd land in Tehran. They wouldn't let our pilots take them into Russia, but they had Russian Russian pilots and a lot of women would fly them into Russia, but we couldn't take them in. We always thought they're supposed to be with us, and we can't even take the plane in there. Yeah, I saw the Taj Mahal.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we flew around coming in and saw it, and then we went up after we landed and stayed there for a couple days. And
Jeez.
Did you ever go to Hawaii and see Dad?
I was going to see it on the way back, and I got on the ship in Calcutta, the USS General Patrick.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, yes,
never heard of such a
yes,
ship.
yes, it's a Liberty ship.
Oh.
And we were gonna go to Puget Sound, but we were gonna refuel in the Hawaiian Islands. So I got a few of them sailors, you know. I said, my brother's over there. So would you go and find out where he's at, and I'll wave to him. He said, sure. Well, we got out in the Pacific Ocean. They changed our orders, and they took us into San Pedro, so I never did.
So you're going to wave to him?
Well, no, and then I get up there, and they took us up in San Pedro, and they had steaks for us, Germans were cooking and that. And I get on the phone, I get hold of Mom and that. She said, Will's been home 3 months.
He was in 54 months, I was in 3.
Yeah, you stayed there a long time, didn't you? You just couldn't
Well,
get
the only
When did you get back in, Uncle Al?
46.
When you get back to 46?
Actually, what was the end of it now? 50, this is
45, it ended in
no,
Europe.
46 I got back, so in 96, that would be 50 years ago, I was still over there. I was just heading home. Yeah, I never got back to February.
So that's almost 7 months after the war ended.
Oh,
It ended
yeah.
in May in Europe.
Yeah,
in August.
September, yeah, almost my birthday. I was thinking, yeah, Japan surrendered. And I was still over there until January and finally in February.
We're way ahead.
I got home December 28th or something.
Right after Christmas.
Do you remember?
The only thing I remember when I was a little kid was when you got in a car accident one time. When I was a little kid or something. Do you remember that? Being in a car accident? My mother was all upset.
I remember when the guy came in the store and hit you over the head.
Who we
Oh.
In the drugstore?
I robbed Joe Emmons'
store?
Drugstore,
Did you hear that?
drugstore, yeah.
hit him in the jaw.
For Halloween.
Yeah.
They had a mask.
And I knew that he wanted to rob the place. There's 5 guys.
Did you know they were going to rob it?
I thought it was the kids from St. James that, you know, were fooling around. Okay, that's
Okay, Catherine, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you said Dad.
All the rest of the Moriartys went out to California. Dad wanted to go. So, Grandma, or my mom,
Right.
finally said, well, okay, we'll sell the house and go out there and try it. So they put the house up for sale. So this Jewish lady was going to pay $300 for this house. Now this was back in the 1930s. Going to pay $300. And Mom says, you pay the taxes. And this Jewish lady said, no, I won't pay the taxes. Mom says, well, we're not going to sell it. Your taxes were $12. Yeah, here, $12.
When was that?
Let's see, it was after the 30s. We had the 31 Chev, about 33 or something like that.
Oh, I like this.
See how lucky you are? I want to...
Royalty on that too.
Oh, yeah.
When did you get back in, Uncle Al?
46.
When you get back to 46?
Actually, what was the end of it now? 50, this is
45, it ended in
no,
Europe.
46 I got back. So in 96, that would be 50 years ago, I was still over there. I was just heading home. Yeah, I never got back to February.
So that's almost 7 months after the war ended.
Oh,
It ended
yeah.
in May in Europe.
Yeah,
in August.
September September, yeah, almost my birthday, I was thinking, yeah, Japan surrendered. And I was still over there until January, February.
We're way ahead.
I got home December 28th or something.
Right after Christmas, huh? The only thing I remember when I was a little kid was when you got in a car accident one time. When I was a little kid or something. Do you remember that? Being in a car accident? My mother was all upset.
I remember when the guy came in the store and hit you over the head.
Who we
Oh,
In the drugstore?
Rob, Joe Emmons'
store?
The drugstore, yeah.
hit him in the jaw.
For Halloween.
Yeah.
And I knew that he wanted to rob the place. There's 5 guys.
Did you know they were going to rob it?
I thought it was the kids from St. James that, you know, were fooling around. Okay, that's.
Okay, Catherine, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you said Dad.
All the rest of the Moriartys went out to California. Dad wanted to go. So, Grandma, or my mom,
Right.
finally said, well, okay, we'll sell the house and go out there and try it. So they put the house up for sale. So this Jewish lady was going to pay $300 for this house. Now this was back in the 1930s. Going to pay $300. And Mom says, you pay the taxes. And this Jewish lady said, no, I won't pay the taxes. Mom says, well, we're not going to sell it. Your taxes were $12. Yeah, here, $12.
When was that?
Let's see, it was after the 30s. We had the 31 Chev, about 33 or something like that.
Oh, our life was good. That's what was down there, huh?
See how lucky you are?
Yeah.
I want to.
Royalty on that too.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you my address.
You knew one.
I don't want to see this thing.
Have weird shots and weird teams and all, I mean, you know, because they had so many teams, so many games.
Frankenstein.
Oh,
Lubin's brother-in-law was a friend of mine at the Westminster Elks. Yeah, they were brother-in-laws. In fact, when I went to his funeral, Lubin was there, over in Lakewood.
Was he a good basketball player?
Oh, yeah.
Big.
In fact, he was, Lubin played with, what was it? The guy that was the first one to shoot one-handed.
You're talking about the guy from Stanford?
Yeah. Barkley played with him.
Lucetti.
Hank Lucetti. And they played with him.
Then remember T-Bone Connolly played
Oh, yeah.
the San Diego team. Yeah.
And then who'd you play for baseball?
Coors.
Coors, too?
Well, and then the softball.
Sean is my son. Oh, your son.
Yeah, the softball was public service.
Oh, yeah.
Who did you play for?
I played 1 year.
Joe's
Joe's Buffet.
Joe's down there on Santa Fe.
Richie O'Brien. They owned it. And I'll tell you, that was the nicest guy I ever played with. He bought my gloves, he bought my shoes. I'd go in there and meet some of these other ball players for us. I'd go in there and sit down and they'd buy a drink. And then I would go to buy a drink. Richie, gal would go up there and Richie too was over, I didn't have to take
What was this Fifth Avenue you played for, too?
10th Avenue. Really.
Down by the Santa Fe.
It's so different now, isn't it?
Well, tell that story about your dad. That you walked down to Santa Fe and some guy said something to your mom and it was like 3 or 4 guys.
They were Mexican. Dad got out of the car and he flattened all 5 of them.
You Your dad against 5 guys?
Oh, he was tough. He was.
Remember when they chased us in Lincoln Park? And the next day we're out there playing and I see him coming down through, well, that was a big old field out there. I see him coming down to them. I told Dad, that's the guys that was, well, we went right over there. And he grabbed them both and they got their eyes like this. And he says, you ever fool with my kids again? Oh, mister, we won't ever. No, mister. Then, you know, I don't think I've told you this before. But we used to play in the mill ditch, which come down through, across 12th Avenue, and then went on down by the waterworks there. And we were playing there one day, and I don't know, it was Sis or somebody on the other side throwing these little flowers in. And they would come under the bridge, and we were catching them. I don't know what it was all about. Anyway, this Mexican kid was picking them out of there, and I threw him back in. He shoved me in the water, and I really went down. And I tell you right now, if it wouldn't been for him, I wouldn't be here. Because then Uncle Womps and them were over there looking for him, and they were beating the crap out of him, and everybody had all the doors locked. But actually, he had to grab him by the hair out of the ground.
We were taking a hike in the mountains with Mike. We got lost at night. I went in the river and he grabbed me right here. I remember that real
When it
well.
was dark.
Yeah.
Okay, next episode we'll continue.
Fifth grade.